Alright, this thing working. Hello guys. Alright. Like I said from the last video that I would make a video about how you should study in college. Some of you guys probably already know how to study, so this is probably not for you, or maybe you need some other perspective on how to study. Of course, I'm trying to really just give you guys different ways to go about it. I know each class is different. Math class, biology class, just different ways to study. But I think one of the most important things about studying in college is just really going to class. I know this is not easy for some of you, waking up really early in the morning just to go to class. But the reason why I'm saying this is because if you go to class, you know exactly what the professor wants from you. He'll tell you, oh, I'm going to test this in class, this, all the key stuff. And so if you don't go to class, you're not going to know what he wants. Even if you read the whole textbook, you might just be overstudying at that point because your professor is not going to be focusing on certain stuff that you actually studied. So, of course, that's why it's important to go to class and really understand what the professor wants from you. The second thing is maybe your class, they have some lecture notes, right? Anything on these lecture notes is pretty much fair game, since it's already been given to you. It's already exposed. You could sort of just, pretty sure that the professor will probably test anything that he gave out. So those topics will be more relevant to the test rather than just the textbook itself. Speaking of textbooks, you guys should really just try to get the textbooks online. Maybe like an older edition. They're pretty much all the same. Save yourself some money, really. So now going towards the approaches, the various approaches. Actually, I heard this from my mom. Actually, told me to do this when I first had trouble studying in general. This is just try studying when you wake up. After waking up in the morning, your body and your mind is fresh. It's fresh. So eat some breakfast, a quick breakfast. Go out or stay in your room. Review the lecture notes. Review the material. It doesn't have to be too long. Maybe like at least 20 minutes, 30 minutes. Review the material. I feel like when you read it in the morning, you retain it better because you're not focusing on anything else but what you just read. So your mind is fresh and is really ready to absorb as much things as possible. So in the morning, it's a good way to study. In the morning and also at night, right before you sleep, maybe like 20 minutes. Just read through your notes throughout the day what you learned. Maybe not like just 20 minutes. Maybe if not, just take a glance. Just look at it. In that way, you actually see it more. When you see it more, you kind of your mind is exposed to it more, so it doesn't become foreign to you. And when you study, try to create questions for yourself, and ask yourself, oh, if I'm learning this, what if the professor asked me about this? Yeah, that actually happened to me in a test before when I actually thought about a question and the professor actually asked the same question that I thought of on the test, which was, maybe luck? Not really luck, I guess. It's how do you say it's kind of common, really. Try to really engage yourself with questions into the study material. Because studying could be quite difficult depending on the subject. Like for me, I hated history. Can't for my life study history. I couldn't find it interesting. History class. But anyway, try to engage yourself, ask questions, draw something. Maybe you could just draw something, whatever works for you. But try studying before you sleep and after you wake up in the morning when your mind is fresh. And then when you sleep, before you sleep, your mind will be thinking about what you're learning. Like me, I started dreaming about chemistry when I studied chemistry. But anyway, I mean, reading a textbook might make you fall asleep easier. So it works both ways if you have insomnia or whatever. Anyway, so the next method is, I would think it's called block studying. Let's say you have a class, you wanna block study. Let's say I'm gonna study, let's say, organic chemistry from 9 to 11. All right, I'm gonna study this 9 to 11, and then from 2 to 4, I'm gonna study this, maybe calculus. And then from 7 to 9, it's my free time. I'm going to just have fun, okay? Hang out with some friends or whatever, okay? So the way block studying works is that, it's first come first. First always comes first. Before I could have fun, I gotta do this my studying from 9 to 11, okay? And from 2 to 4. No excuses. I gotta do it. I just gotta do it. If I don't do it, I shouldn't be having fun. It's just be fair to yourself, It's like making a deal with yourself. I'm gonna do this before I do this. First come first. That's what block studying is. It's really a good way to develop a good habit and develop some sort of discipline for yourself. And okay, so more or less, when the weekend comes, after Friday, you hang out on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I think Saturday, Sunday is a good way to really just review what you learned throughout the week. Start from Monday, and Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Summarize what you learned. What I'm having trouble with. Identify your weaknesses, your strengths. And if you do this every week, it makes it easier for you to capitalize on what you learned instead of just cramming everything, because there's going to be a lot of cumulative midterms, cumulative finals. And if you do this on a weekly basis, you save yourself a lot of stress, and you really know what you are. You really know what is expected, because by that point you've already seen the material multiple times, so nothing's gonna be foreign to you, and it should be easily absorbed and also processed by your mind by then. Okay, the next thing, and probably one of the most, I think, controversial things is that comes to group studying. I think group studying could be efficient. It also gives people motivation to do so. But before even going to group studying, I think you should look at the material yourself first. Study material by yourself, maybe for like a few days, maybe Monday, Tuesday, and then do the group study Wednesday. By that time, you would have questions for your colleagues or your classmates, because that's because you're already involved and you already delved into the material. So there's some things you're not gonna understand. You can ask your friends. I think that way you make their group studying more efficient, where they have questions for you and you have questions for them. Because if you're all group studying and you guys just haven't studied the material yet, you guys aren't really engaging, because you guys are spending most of your time trying to understand the material, just focusing on reading it by yourself. So, which you could do on your alone time. That way, your group study will be more efficient when by Wednesday it comes and you guys have questions for each other. When you already try to know the material. And lastly, sleep. I think sleep is important. I don't know how you can remember information without sleep. Your sleep is good for your brain. Also, nutrition. Eat healthy. Eat right. It's brain food, really. The antioxidants. And if you're stressed, go out for a run. Go to the gym. stress builds up, and I think it's a good way to break down some stress. It's just to just run, do something, go to a social gathering, talk to people. Maybe that will motivate you or give you something in a special light, in a way. Also, on the day of the test, this is, I think, something mostly overlooked, is that confidence. You really want to have confidence when you take the test. Confidence in your studies, and trust in it. You don't doubt yourself. You studied hard. Trust in what you have studied. I feel like many people just get nervous during the test and their mind goes blank. It's okay to be nervous, but you need some confidence. I studied this, so I'm just gonna choose this answer. Don't second guess yourself. You're gonna waste too much time. So learn to be a confident test taker. I think that's one of the biggest things. Because if you're not confident, then what's the point of studying? Because you're just second guessing the whole exam, what you've all been learning. So confidence is key. Don't be overconfident, but you need some confidence. Alright guys, if you have any questions or comments, leave it below. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.